Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be talking about Venus in the 5th house. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So before we start, just a few quick disclaimers. You first want to understand what sign is Venus positioned in. Is Venus exalted in Pisces, in its own sign of Taurus or Libra, or debilitated in Virgo? This is very important to understand for the functioning of Venus. Along with this, you want to understand, are there any planets conjunct with Venus or aspecting to Venus? You also want to understand which houses in your chart are ruled over by Taurus and Libra, and is Venus compatible with your ascendant lord? Along with this, it's important to understand that Venus will mature at the age of 24, so this is a very important moment where Venus will take hold of your life. Also during a Venus return, when Venus returns back to its original position within your natal chart. The most important moment, though, is during a Venus Mahadasha. So if you have not seen my video on the Venus Mahadasha Bhuktis, I will leave a link for that above and down below in the description. So what does Venus represent? Venus is the planet of love, of relationships, of romance, of enjoyment, of sexuality, of attraction. Venus is all about our connections and close partnerships. It especially represents the wife in a male's chart, but in general it represents all of our relationships with all human beings. Venus is also a planet of the arts, of entertainment, of drama, media, acting. It is all about how we express ourselves. Venus is a planet of luxury, of all of the sensual pleasures in life. Along with this, Venus is a planet of childbirth. So what does the 5th house represent? Well, 5th house is very similar to Venus. The 5th house is also a house of entertainment, of the arts, of drama, of acting, of dance and music. The 5th house is where we express our creativity. The 5th house is also a house of children, of childbirth. It represents our relationship with our children. And the 5th house is a house of romance, of dating. It is a house of our passion and our ability to attract others to us. The 5th house sometimes is a house of fame, of sudden gains. It is a house of education, of all of our learning and studies. It is also connected with ancient knowledge, with mantras, religious texts. The 5th house is also a house of risk-taking, of speculation, of gambling. So what happens when Venus enters into the 5th house? Well, this is a very lucky position. Venus here gives you a very attractive personality. You have a very fun-loving and spontaneous personality. You are someone who likes to have fun, who likes to enjoy yourself, to express yourself. Definitely with Venus in the 5th house, creativity is very important to you. Without having some form of creativity in your life, there is no happiness that is found with this position. You definitely need to bring in some kind of creativity into your life. And in some cases, this can also be a position where you can attract wealth through your creativity as well. Venus in the 5th house makes you very happy, very positive. You are always looking forward in life, always wanting to move forward. You don't allow things to get you down. You always have this fun-loving, bubbly energy, and this attracts many people to you. So definitely Venus in the 5th house is very auspicious for romance, for relationships. You attract many people towards you with this position. If Venus is badly damaged, then sometimes this can be a placement of attention seeking, where you have to have the spotlight on you, where you have to get all of the attention from others. But for the most part, this is a very friendly position. You like to connect with others. You like to be a part of the social group because Venus is aspecting onto the 11th house of your large social gatherings. Venus here also gives you a love of children. You can make an excellent parent with Venus placed in this 5th house. Sometimes this can also make you a great teacher as well. Definitely Venus in the 5th house gives you a great love of learning. You want to acquire knowledge with this position. Sometimes this is a placement though where you want to work in a team or group situation to excel in your studies because Venus is very social here. Venus also though can give you an interest in occult knowledge, of ancient knowledge, where you can get into religious texts, you can get into astrology, you can get in all sorts of subjects that are more mystical, more spiritual with Venus in this 5th house position. Venus here makes you very intelligent, very intuitive, because this 5th house is representing all of the knowledge and wisdom that you're bringing with you from your past life. So Venus here definitely gives you a great deal of knowledge. You are someone who has a lot of creativity, a lot of wisdom and inspiration, and you can be very inspiring to others, again, through your creative expression. Sometimes Venus in the fifth can indicate female children as well, and it can signify that your children are very beautiful, very intelligent, very talented, and very happy people as well. With Venus in this fifth house, you have to have love in your relationships. You are someone who definitely has to have that feeling of romance, of connection in your partnerships. Without this, you are not able to find true happiness within your marriage. And Venus here, sometimes when it is debilitated or negatively aspected, this can make you especially very picky and choosy about the people who you want to connect with in your relationships. Venus can help you to attract many opportunities through the 11th house. So definitely people can come to you with opportunities for you to progress in your finances and gains through Venus in the fifth. This is an excellent position for career success, for increasing your finances, for having the comforts of life with Venus here. Sometimes Venus in the fifth house also makes you a risk taker. You like to take risk financially. So this could get you into stock market, into investments, into gambling with this position sometimes. You want to be careful when there are negative planets involved with Venus, or when Venus is debilitated here in this fifth house. You can increase your expenses through this and can have many losses financially. But sometimes Venus here can give you gains as well. Venus in this fifth house can also show, especially if you are a male with this position, that you can attract a partner in a situation that involves something that is creative or entertaining. So you could meet a spouse at a social event, at a party or gathering, at somewhere where there is some kind of entertainment, music, media, politics, these situations. You can find a partner here. Definitely overall, Venus in the fifth house is a very positive placement that can attract many opportunities to you. But definitely with Venus here, you want to tap into your creative expression. This is going to help you to increase the gains in your life, is always keeping in touch with that sense of inner child and creativity.